Good morning, my classy people. Wayne Bolden. I'm here at the Speed King channel. Place it on Ruffian. That's right, the girls are going to be in town on the first Friday of May, of course, the Kentucky Oaks. We're going to be looking at two of our long shots in that race that I think deserves a little respect, but their odds are longer than their chances to win, in my opinion. So we're going to talk about those two horses today, and maybe a third one if she gets in. But before we do, we ask that you subscribe to our channel. As always, push the notification button. Watch our videos. Watch them in full. That's how we get paid, of course, to stay on the air. And, subscribe, ring the bell, do those things you do to support your local Speed King, for sure. Buy the Speed King of coffee and, of course, tip sheets. That's right. Thanks, everyone, for getting your orders in for your pre-order tip sheets for the Kentucky Oaks and the Kentucky Derby. Hey, they're $20 full card each day, a total of $40. But if you buy both of them, I'll give them to you for $35. You save $5. We use all the money back into the studio for sure for our data sets, our shirts, and various things we upgrade the office with. So you can email us at speedking24@yahoo.com, speedking24, or text the office at 732-804-0637. Great way to support us by purchasing our tip sheets. We've done really well, particularly the last 4 or 5 months, as everybody know. None bigger than Hit Show over there at Dubai, right, at 41-1. But anyway, let's take a look at the Kentucky Oaks long shots that I believe their odds are so much longer than, or their projected odds obviously, are so much longer than their chances on winning the race. Now, of course, we know the horse in the Oaks going in, who to beat, the Godolphin Good Cheer, and of course, the Cara's in there, and Quiet Side, and like that. So we get that. But this is about fillies who I love. Everybody knows I love the girls. They're back in town. Their odds are just so big. And I have to go right to Teima, right? Or Teima, however you want to put it, Teima. Well, Teima is trained by the Hall of Famer Bob Baffert, of course, and everybody knows I'm no big Bob Baffert fan, but have the world of respect for the body of work that he has done, and always thank him for the job he did with our horse, Authentic, winning the Derby, and of course the Breeders' Cup. Success you can't knock, so Bob Baffert obviously has our respect in that way, but I don't land on a lot of Bob Baffert's horses for one reason or another, right? He's just not one of my favorite trainers, but his body of work speaks for itself, so we give him that respect for sure. And of course, he knows how to get this stuff done. But Teima is by Nyquist, who won the Derby. Obviously, Nyquist was trained by one of my favorite trainers in California, Mr. Doug O'Neill. On the back end, grandsire is Tappet, right? So Teima hasn't done anything wrong in her entire life, and for her to be anywhere from 16 to 18-1 going into the Kentucky Oaks is just too big. Okay, the horse has won 5 races from 6 starts, and the one that she didn't win, she ran third. This year, as a 3-year-old, she's 2 for 2. Now, the longer her odds has ever been was when she broke her maiden. Well, the very first time out, back there on August 18th as a 2-year-old, okay, and she was 6-1 that day. So again, her last 2 races, she was 30 cents to a dollar in the Santa Anita Oaks on April 5th, and on February 2nd in the Virginia Stake, in the Las Virginia Stake, she was 20 cents to a dollar. To be able to get a horse of this quality and this talent at 15, 16, 18-1 is astonishing, to be honest with you. That's what the projected odds are, because there's some nice fillies in here, but I think that is just a serious overlay. Now, she has a race that's 2 back that is faster than any other horse in this race. Okay, that was the Lost Virgin Stakes. She ran a number and a pace figure that would just, obviously put her in the winner's circle or contention unless somebody in the race on Oaks Day, really run big and probably good cheers would be that horse. But to me, her race 2 back on February 2nd in the Lost Virgin Stakes really points out that, this horse has a real big chance. And at her odds, okay, when you have great value and great odds, you can overcome anything. Now, granted, she won the Santa Anita Oaks, and it wasn't in a fast time. The splits wasn't good. The final number wasn't good. But I don't like fillies coming in their race into a new race on a top anyway, because fillies have a tendency to regress off of tops. Now, that's me going back to my old Raggedson days as a sheep reader. I still read them, and I know the numbers on her there as well. But again, she's coming in on an off race, and she won the race. Her best race by far is 2 back on February 2nd in the Lost Virgin Stakes. And if she runs that race, okay, don't be surprised if she'll be getting her picture taken. Juan Hernandez could be posing for the picture. But at 16-1, that's what is projected out at all the fair odds that I've seen and out in Vegas and then other people that put up odds or projected odds. 15-16, 18-1 on Teima is just too big not to make her one of my top long shot in the race, particularly with being 5 of 6. Now, granted, back in the Lost Virgin Stakes, it was only 3 horses in the race. Okay, so she had everything her way. I don't say that, but she still ran the race and had to run something. And these races make them better. It unlocks their potential. So to me, long shot wise, of course we know the top contenders in the race, the Good Cheers, the Lucaras, the quiet sides like that. But at 15, 16, 18-1, Teima, to me, how could you not put a flyer on her, right? Hall of Fame trainer, awesome rider, 5 wins from 6 starts, won a grade 3, won a grade 2, won another grade 2, won another grade, ran 3rd in the grade 2, won a grade 1, the Del Mar debutante. How do you get a horse? So again, for me, my top long shot in this race would be her. Okay, now of course, my Godolphin people were in the race, and Kenny McPeak and Tracy Farmer with Lucara and Mark Cassie. But when you talk about long shot, pound for pound in value, hey, Teima fits the bill, if you ask me. That's my top long shot in this year's Kentucky Oaks. Wow, what value on such a talented filly, for sure. Trained by a Hall of Famer with a wonderful jock in the arm, Mr. Juan Hernandez Jr. Our second long shot in here, I got a little weakness for Simply Joking, if nothing else for the name. I love her name, right? Simply Joking. It's just an awesome, awesome horse. Well, Simply Joking is by Practical Joke. So, this horse is lightly raced with only 3 starts, may lack some experience. On the back end by that world-class grandsire, E. Dubai. That's right. Hey, Torres is in the yarns, and that up-and-coming trainer, Mr. Beckman, Whitworth Beckman, okay, he's doing quite well for himself. And I believe that this horse has every opportunity to run big too. She will have to improve, but she'll be about 12 or 15-1 for sure. Coming out of the Fantasy Stakes for sure, obviously Good Cheer won that, Quiet Side won that race. But again, it was only her 3rd start in her life, so she had to improve off of that. And up to that point, she was 2 for 2. So running second in the fantasy in your 3rd start, now having been off about 5.5 weeks, I believe this horse also at 14 or 15 or 12-1 deserves some attention. For sure. So our top 2 long shots, none bigger than Teima. I just can't believe this horse is going to be 16 or 18-1. Okay, so Teima is our top long shot. Our second one long shot is Simply Joking, of course, who will have to improve. We think she learned a bunch from the fantasy. Now going into her 4th start, lacking a little experience. You should get a good price on a horse that you're going to take as a long shot, like Simply Joking. Now, if we had a third horse who's not in the gate just yet or hasn't made it up, you know, she's about 4 or 5 back, I think, you know, again, Sherry Duvall's horse, Ahiva, deserves some mention if she gets in. It doesn't look like she's going to get in. Ahiva, I think it's HVAAVA, something like Ava, right? Which means love in the Hebrews. But again, in case she gets in, we'll visit that in another week or so in case she draws in. She's about 3 or 4 down on the points list. But our top 2 picks in terms of long shots, none bigger than Teima. We think that that is just too big of an overlay on such a talented filly trained by a Hall of Famer with an excellent rider in the yard, Juan Hernandez, who ran Flavian Pratt out of California, by the way. No, why is he kicking Flavian Pratt's back in? I'm just saying, all right? But again, Teima and Simply Joking, okay, respectfully going to be 15, for anywhere from 15 to 20 to 1, both of them. That is awfully too big. Let's see. Teima, Simply Joking, the SpeedKing's, Kentucky Oaks. Long shots. The girls are back in town. Hey, go and watch some of Ruffian's races. I did. I always do that. Everybody knows I love the fillies. So there it is, y'all. I just think Teima is just too big of a you know, not to throw a flyer in the long shot. Stay classy, y'all, in all that you do. And, of course, if they go low, you keep it 100, you go high. Get your orders in for your tip sheet, SpeedKing24@yahoo.com. Give us an email or text the office, 732-804-0637. Stay classy, y'all. Keep it 100.